It looks like it stopped raining for now.
Yeah, thank goodness. You know how hard? No idea how hard it was raining earlier.
Miss Edgeworth! I'm so glad to see you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is? Well, that's, Count off! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 98, 99! Shifu! All 99 members are here accounted for, sir! What the heck do you think you're doing counting off my cubs like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 2 or a 3. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it? Shifu! Shifu! You are Agent Lang, I take it. You infidel! How dare you address our Shifu so rudely? Ah! Lang Zi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show your proper respect towards another person. Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. Y'all see that just now? This is the proper way for two people to show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life, got it? Ah, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Zhangfa. Apparently, this man is the highest successful arrest rate of the organization. Agent Lang, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved in this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How was it not? I've heard a rumor or two about you. You solved a murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic! How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? You saying you could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. I would have solved the entire case and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Acme Hicks. Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca in the third person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, you should understand how I feel as the kidnapper of someone I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation. Not so fast! This isn't your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go back in your courtroom now, pretty boy? You dare mock the court? I do, and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? Alright, man. Good job in the perimeter around Gatewater Land. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed. Sir! Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, you just sit tight here and don't cause any trouble, understand? Wait! Mr. Edgeworth, it's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here, and completely out of the blue at that? I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Gumshoe? Great job, Detective. Sir, for losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir! I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir!
I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe could be.
Shall I prepare the 21 gun salute now or later? Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup?
Of course, sir. I think I would know the number of my own precinct like the back of my hand.
Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents?
That, I have no idea.
About 5 minutes after I made the call, the Wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda, so the question is, what is he after? What's the next step is more important.
Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask you one more thing, sir.
Yes, what is it?
Who is that? The girl over there, I mean.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday.
What?
Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me! It's like that since like forever.
Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role.
How could you say something so serious with a giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we got a thief in our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, get her convicted to make sure he serves out a sentence.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun, like musical chairs. You better stay past your feet.
No way! I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl.
Ah, yes, of course.
Man, I can't call me to do any stealing at all with the detective around. I suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of the law enforcement in the vicinity. It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing.
Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more.
So what are you gonna do with your investigation into the kidnapping?
Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated.
Oh, come on, you can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go.
But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation.
You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any ordinary great thief. I'm the Yagatarasu. And as I said earlier, the Yagatarasu is after one and only one thing.
And what is that? You never went into detail. What is this one and only one thing you're after?
The Yagatarasu is only interested in one thing. And that is the truth.
I see. It was 7 years ago. There was a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatakarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatakarasu like to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. And once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence was found was sent out to the mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yagatarasu is stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor of the original Yatakarasu? But that can't be, can it?
Lance! Lance! Where are you, son?
Mr. Amano.
Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you returned.
For you, Mr. Amano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. Wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office, and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system.
No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you only need to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time. So who's the old man?
He's the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano.
Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly.
I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano.
What? Hold on there. Then what happened to all that money?
I believe the 1 million has also been stolen, and that the culprits are now on the run.
What?
Poor old man.
Don't you have anything you can give to him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Forgive me, Mr. Amano. I do not. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time.
It was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy.
I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano.
Oh, you don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I'd recorded him saying that.
He definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory, what kind of person is Lance again?
How will telling you about Lance help you get him back?
Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behavior.
Very well then. Lance is my own one and only son, and he turned 21 this year. But he is very much like me when I was his age, kind and very attractive. I'm sure women just simply can't keep their hands off of him.
Is there anything else about him you noticed of late?
Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver.
Your butler?
Yes, his name's Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now, but he gets along so well with Lance, I thought maybe he would know where my son is.
Tell me more about this, Oliver. Mr. Amano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon?
As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him.
So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family with friends?
They said he hadn't seen him. I've tried everything I could think of, Miles. You think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping?
It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I need better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent hoped the authority to head the investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs. I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I did Gumshoe, pledged to stick by your side through thick and thin. Mr. Amano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped. Which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself.
Oh! I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy. Alright! Well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating!
If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it.
So what should we examine first? Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until only very recently. Which means we may be able to find some clues that will help us tell us how they escaped. Okay, let's go looking. Hey, you there.
Huh? Me?
What are you doing goofing off in a place like this?
I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth cure off his investigation.
You imbecile! All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command.
No way! I'm not working for Wolfblood. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something?
I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go.
No, Edgeworth!
Boy, if I just got the job of someone of your talents. Well, that was exciting. Okay.
What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work?
You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you.
Oh, come on! I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me?
I don't recall offering you the position.
Oh, why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back.
You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Takarasu way.
You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you don't know nothing about.
Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead, do your little investigation. But the talented assistant Kay is gonna tag along no matter what you say.
What if she turns out to be useless? She's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. How much is a paint on the garage door to complete the Wild West theme?
So lifelike, don't you think?
Are you thinking of wrangling or rather stealing them?
You can coax them out of there, sure. Come on, I know you can sweet talk them out.
I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay.
Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Badger, get!
I really don't understand why she is so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw? He's doing that contorted, wriggling dance again.
Aha!
Ah! You've uncovered my uncovered identity! Sir, I was to remain until the head, sir! Aren't you Officer Meekins? Sir! Mike Meekins reporting for duty, sir! This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches.
Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth?
I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why is he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing there wasting time? Sir! Because I'm not a police officer right now, sir! I'm the Blue Badger! And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids! That's the way, never waste of time, sir! I have a dream to become as big as detective comes to, sir! I was patrolling the scorchingly before being beaten until a little while ago. When the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled and the kidnappers escaped, sir. I thought maybe that was my shot to make detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy on anyone. It would seem that some people never change. Why are you the Blue Badger? So why exactly are you in this ridiculous outfit? Sir! That's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. And it's also here to hide the fact that I'm an officer in the trail of the kidnapper, sir. I see. Ancient Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactic. To be handled the role of the Blue Badger out of all the other disguises, sir. It's such an honor. So did you discover anything? How long have you been standing there, officer? Sir! For about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked out unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. However, sir, I must tell you that I didn't see a thing, sir! I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it too. I patrolled the park all over while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone Blue Badger. What did you just say just now? It's contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? This is what Officer Meekins' contradictory testimony contradicts. It's not the Bible, but the photo rally. Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like you to ask you about your last statement. Sir! Of course, sir! That's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I'm commanded to wait! You said that you saw a Blue Badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at a given time. Which means that as long as you're the Blue Badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another Blue Badger wandering the premises. What? Sir?
Then that would mean that there's 2 blue badges wandering around, but why?
Interesting indeed. It's too early to make assumptions, though. There's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage.
Huh, so that means the car left the garage at some time, right?
Correct. But for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 trends. I think we can safely assume it's a special type of car. Tally ho!
Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here.
I remember hearing rainfall out there when I was being held in here.
Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is pretty much dried up.
I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples.
You know what? I bet if we follow them, we can find where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes.
I don't think that'll be that easy.
Why not?
Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. We don't know which ones belong to the kidnapper.
Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing.
I've been thinking about it. The fact that these costumes were in storage and that there's a second blue badger means... a second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly the true identity of the person underneath is...
Oh, I know! It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away!
Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing in the storage area are...
a blue badger, a proto badger, and a bad badger.
Yes, those 3.
So there are 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh?
Truly fascinating. But thinking about that, if that means that those prints... Now that we know that the kidnapper were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning.
Oh, you mean now we have to know the tracks belong to the kidnappers, right?
Yes. More to the shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, time to use those footprints and go badger hunting.
So we're looking for footprints made by a costume.
Hey, I think I found them. There's 2 sets here.
They both do look like possible candidates.
These sets are walking off to the west. Oh, they just stops. Can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here.
I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium.
I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east.
Huh?
Quick, Mr. Edgeworth! I got him! I got one of the culprits! Ah, no! I'm not a kidnapper, sir!
Down, K. Clearly those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume.
Maybe they came over to this garage for something.
That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could please step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage.
Sir! Roger Wilco, sir!
Thank you. So pardon me. Let's open this shutter and see what we find.
Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside.
That'd be all too perfect.
Ah!
What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man?
It's Oliver!
Mr. Amano, are you saying this man is...
Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened?
Indeed, and why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I better investigate this crime scene quickly, for Agent Lang and his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage, and right to the dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? After my cursory examination, it seems the man died of a fatal bullet wound.
You sure are calm for someone who just found a dead body.
It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's see what we can glean. As long as the Interpol agent has control over this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There were 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder.
So that means you were shot twice?
No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is the entry wound, and the one near the shoulder is the exit wound.
Nice! You figured it out.
It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where a bullet went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. What else can I take? Anything to be in his hand. This is an unusually shaped pendant.
What is it? Is it something valuable?
She seems to have regained some of her composure.
Looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel of it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. Oh, look! There's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. What a name.
Colin Deveray? But this man's name is... This is contradictory. After all, his name is Deacon. There's something not right about the name of the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, but his name is Oliver Deacon. And the name of the pendant is Colin Deveray.
What's up with that?
I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. Alright, that's a wrap.
Lance! Oh, Lance! Where are you, sweetie?
What? Excuse me, but you are?
Oh, this is bad. It's really good looking. Oh, stop it, Lauren! You can't let yourself fall like a playboy like him you're in love with. Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance?
Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops.
His girlfriend.
Oh, it's not like that. We're more than friends, and we're not lovers or anything. We just haven't got that far yet. But well, I guess that's how people are going to see it. So I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character.
May I inquire as to why you are here?
I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and I heard the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for someone who made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped?
No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true.
Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to that fair maiden love routine.
Oh yeah, this is a crime scene.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do you go from here?
Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Hold it! My man brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. That's exactly what you see before you.
I'll take him from here. Yep, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect, now.
Suspect? Who?
Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What? Sir! I had nothing to do with it, sir!
Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? You even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins.
Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all.
Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny! I won't allow such a thing to go unchecked before my eyes. Heh! Too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the law in this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. You have no honor. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You, how dare you speak disrespectfully about Shifu? Hold it! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Langzi says every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give you beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Let's get started then. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figure that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement, like Officer Meekins, isn't that right? That is your reasoning? Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's that philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. As for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Z. You'd think I'd have heard of him as teachings if he is famous. Lang Z developed as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhang Fa people still train its recruits under this philosophies. Thousands of years ago? What makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale? Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test? Gladly. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time.
Hold it!
So what can you tell me about the body? A lot, even without an autopsy out of my ways. Like they teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh, then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? But I would like more. Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds could come to the same conclusion. Not so fast! Don't pat yourself in the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Langzi says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun.
Hold it!
It would appear you've studied a lot of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child in any street corner already knows? It's that. Gina! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it. The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. It's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Not unless you're a member of the law enforcement like Officer Meekins, is that right?
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh.
Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. Well, how did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you! Show me your gun! Oh! Oh! What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden? Gun!
What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already.
Sir! Sir! I lost my gun, sir! How could you be so irresponsible?
In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage ambush to kill the victim.
So you think the Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun.
Hold it!
You mean to tell me the murder occurred here, in this garage?
From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body is found, I'd say that's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. As long as he says, a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, finally a quote even I've heard it before. Even the more Langzy says. Gina. Successful investigations are the results of multiple returns to the crime scene.
Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion the philosophy of detainment can lead you to.
I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line of Mr. Meekins?
It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins.
What?
However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Qilong Lang, just what sort of investigator are you? Well, he clearly didn't look at the crime scene enough. Because he didn't kill him here.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible.
What do you mean?
You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Did you not notice? So you did not notice that there's too little blood. Did you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene. If it was, your men who had led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight.
Not bad. I see your logic could be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer was hanging out around here in the first place?
Weird? How so?
Hey you! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What are you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like I found myself taking a walk.
But sir, I really did take a walk, sir.
You're a disgrace! How dare you take a pack obligation so lightly?
Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something?
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, sir! Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir!
Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened.
Sir, not you too!
Just answer the question.
It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square into the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams to the Blue Badger-mobile, sir. But I got completely caught off in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir.
What is this Blue Badger-mobile?
It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. Oh, the Blue Badger-mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop?
Good to know.
Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down when I was going a good dream merchant.
He sounds rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self.
He sure seems like sort of what he's saying.
Can you try to calm down and lower your voice for a little more reasonable level, officer?
Sir! Roger, sir.
It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir.
Hold it!
Alright then, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. You must mean the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? It's because of the very deep reason, ma'am. I was told to check every square into the main gate area, sir.
Hold it!
Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir. Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at this point, sir, so I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badgermobile, sir.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir! The Blue Badgermobile is where dreams are collected!
What?
Sweet, it's like you've never known except in dreams, man, like innocence drops.
What?
And bitterness found only in nightmares, man, like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I pushed the Blue Badgermobile along as a small dirty man. But I got completely caught up in my role of selling dreams to the children, sir!
Hold it!
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir! I would never do something like that, sir!
That's only right! Wow, you're good at forcing people to confess things, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few Chanel dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Hold it!
Hold it! Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir! Before I knew it, I found myself in this area, sir.
Hold it!
How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of the sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it...
Good old drop kick. I just had my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent.
In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir! That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in his story. But I have a feeling that he'll need some prodding along before he'll spill the beans. Okay. Well, the one thing I want to check about that mobile. Okay. This is impossible. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir! I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badgermobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Actually, I just lost the track, sir! Lost track of what? By the time I realized the Blue Badgermobile is nowhere to be found, sir! Which would mean it was perhaps stolen? And that's when I came back to this area thinking maybe it was at the garage, sir! But when you found it, that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Not so fast! A likely story! Who would go to think you would buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about a story? The car getting stolen! It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright. To move the dead body. What?! You killed a victim in some distant location, Mr. Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badgermobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me! Sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait! What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we don't know all about the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth smooch. I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's your job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon!
I think you need to leave.
What?
We need to get the body ops out soon. You guys are getting in the way.
You! You would interfere with another one of my investigations!
Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here.
Ugh.
I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy.
Oh! He's right!
Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction to justice.
He's right. He's right, I can't get in his way.
Why must it be so infuriating?
Alright. I'm Luigi Van 64D. This is Let's Play Miles Edgeworth Investigations. Oh, never mind, there's no investigations anymore. It's just Let's Play Miles Edgeworth. Cause Agent Lang getting in my way.